Again, my name is Gabe Zollner. You really need to read this article on Before It's News. And the title is, New York Psychiatrist Served with Subpoena for Patient Records in New York Gun Confiscation. Well, it looks like, they're really flexing their muscles, and this is our New York Governor, Andrew Cuomo, since he's gotten away with it at a certain level. Now they're going at it full bore. So these two Buffalo area psychiatrists that are well regarded and well respected, they were served subpoenas by state officials, and the subpoenas are demanding that they turn over records of all of their patients. And then I guess what's going to happen if they end up doing that, they do have legal representation. They both do, and we'll see what happens with the court's rule. But if they do turn those documents over, then it's a simple matter for the New York Criminal Division to compare them against people that were issued carry permits. And every one of those individuals will receive a letter similar to the ones already sent out, that they have to turn in their guns and they have to turn in their carry permits, because at one point or another they were prescribed psychotropic drugs. So what does this all really tell us? What it tells me, and what it hopefully tells you, is a number of things. Number one thing that's paramount is it isn't the guns that kill people. It's the psychotropic drugs that the people that have access to guns, whether illegal or legally, result in the murders of numerous people. And there is nothing that any law can do to change any of that. And the government should focus on the pharmaceutical industry and the doctors that prescribe the psychotropic drugs, not on the owners of guns. If you were prescribed some medication 10 years ago, is that justification for them to go after your guns now? If a military serviceman comes back from Iraq or Afghanistan, and the war in Iraq ended, 12 years ago? So what happens to some of those servicemen that received psychotropic drugs to help them deal with the trauma that our government was the ones that sent them there and caused them to experience that trauma? And if they were prescribed some psychotropic drugs 10 years ago, does that mean that they should violate their Second Amendment rights and not have access to weapons to defend themselves or their families, yet they put their lives on the line for our government? Yeah. It's wrong. And this is wrong. And this is the first step in total gun confiscation. They're going to take a bite of the apple and they're going to keep gnawing at it until even the core of the apple is consumed. You think not? Watch and see. Fast and Furious was their key. When that key broke, they went ahead and they put together a horrific event. And that is Sandy Hook. I have no doubt that the government orchestrated that and executed that. And that's what they're using to create the nightmare that they're creating, which is the complete destruction of the Second Amendment. Obama could care less. He has no respect for the Constitution. He has no respect for the American people. Look who he surrounds himself with. People like Valerie Jarrett. Valerie Jarrett was a slum landlord in Chicago. Now she's probably the most powerful woman in the world. You think not? Watch and see. I think this is scary as heck. What do you think?